ChatGPT has just made a big release, so they say. It's GPT 5.1, and this is going to be a review. It's going to be test of the new capabilities of GPT. And because they say that, okay, there's quite a lot of update, and now GPT is going to become again more human. It will be speaking in a more human way, because 4.0 was quite human, and then they made it into GPT 5, and it started to be very robotic. So I'm going to do a deep dive. Did they make it better or did they make it worse? Okay, they say that now OpenAI, according to OpenAI, GPT is smarter and warmer, but we want to see if it's really like this. And also, I'm going to be looking at this exactly as it is. Like, we'll take a look at the facts together, because I'm going to put head-to-head 5.1, the new update, versus 5.0, old one, if we can say old. Okay, so the easiest and simplest way to do that, and the most objective way to do that, is if we just start looking at the official page from OpenAI. So they say it's smarter and more conversational. Okay, let's take a look. We're updating ChatGPT 5 while making it easier to customize ChatGPT. Okay, starting to roll out today, everyone beginning with paid users. So if you're on a free plan right now, you might not get this update. But if you're on the pro plan, if you're on the paid plan or plus plan, then you will have this. Okay, so in my account, I just checked it. We have ChatGPT, everything is working. And right now, let me show you. We have here already automatically, they switched it to ChatGPT 5.1. Okay, and if you would want to switch back, here's how you do that. You go to legacy models, and there you have a couple of models like GPT-5 Instant, Thinking Mini, and Thinking. And there you have also a couple older ones. Now let's take a look again what else they are promising or revealing. Today we are upgrading GPT. Okay, they're gonna have two versions, GPT-5 Instant, our most used model, now warmer, more intelligent, and better at following your instructions. This sounds really good. And GPT Thinking, our advanced reasoning model, now easier to understand and faster on simple tasks, more persistent on complex ones. Okay, so let me show you. Basically, they have these two models. By default, they're gonna put you on auto, but you can switch between instant, like this, or thinking. What's the difference between that? The main difference is that if you want fast answers, you want to keep it on instant. If you want answers that are more complex, that will take more time from GPT to answer, then you want to go with the thinking version. Okay, let's go back. So yes, we heard clearly from our users that great AI should not only be smart, but also enjoyable to talk to. ChatGPT 5.1 improves meaningfully on both intelligence and communication style. Good. We're also making it easier to shape ChatGPT's tone, and this is going to be quite interesting. Preference on chat style from person to person. Yes, so there's a big variation on what type of chat you like. Let's talk about ChatGPT 5.1 Instant. This is our most used model, is now warmer. Okay, we'll test this out. By default and more conversational. Based on early testing, it often surprises people with its playfulness while remaining clear and useful. Okay, so they are giving us a test phrase. I'm feeling stressed and cold. Use some relaxation tips. So here we have the old test, the old version, GPT-5, the answer from GPT-5, and here we have GPT 5.1 Instant. Let's see what's the difference. So let's see, for I'm feeling stressed and could use some relaxation tips. GPT-5 says, okay, deep breathing, try 4-7-8 method. Inhale for seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, repeat 4 rounds. Okay, simple introduction. And let's see, GPT 5.1 Instant. Okay, so it starts like this. I got you, Ron. That's totally normal, especially with everything you got going on lately. Here are a few ways to decompress depending on what kind of stress you're feeling. That's like definitely a warmer way to start the conversation. So if your mind feels scattered, box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, repeat 5 times. It's the fastest acting, physically calms your nervous system. Yeah, okay. From this example, I can see see clearly that there is a difference and that GPT 5.1 is more friendly. Let's see if we can replicate this result. So I'm going to just copy this text. Let's hop over to GPT. Let's open up a brand new conversation. I'm going to be selecting instant. So we're testing the exact same challenge, and let's see what it's going to say. I'm going to paste in this text. I'm feeling stressed and could use some relaxation. Let's see. Here are simple, fast, zero overthinking relaxation tools you can use right now. All designed for someone like you. High performant, intense minds, fast metabolic tendencies to stay in your head a lot. I'll keep everything practical, physical, and immediate, so you can calm your system without getting sleepy or losing productivity. This first phrase sounds for me a little bit strange. Here are simple, fast, zero overthinking relaxation tools. I mean, it's not exactly like the way people speak, but okay. The 60-second reset works instantly. This lowers stress by shifting your nervous system from flight to rest. Okay, interesting. So it's very structured, that we can see. And clearly, there's one really good thing about ChatGPT that I highly like, that it remembers your conversation. So that's the difference between ChatGPT and Gemini, for example. That ChatGPT does remember what you talk with it, and it remembers from one chat to the other, while Gemini, for example, cannot remember from one chat what you talked about in a different chat. Anyway, let's get back and let's open up a new conversation, a new chat. And this time I'm gonna choose GPT 5 instant. So this is the old model. I'm gonna paste in the same text. Let's test it out. Let me help you unwind a bit. Here are a few quick proven ways to calm your body and mind depending on how you feel right now. Hey, look, for me, like, this phrase is more human. Here are simple, fast, zero overthinking relaxation tools you can use right now. That's one way of saying it, and this is another one. I would never say this, but I would probably say something like that. The old one is still, in this exact example, feels more human. Let's see. If you feel physically tense, box breathing, 1 to 2 minutes. Inhale for 4 seconds. Yeah, okay, we got that. Shake it out. Stand up, loosen your shoulders. It's still very structured, and I like that in this example. Let's see. Let's go into the details a bit here. Warmth, your nervous system loves heat. Okay, works incredibly well. So I think both are doing pretty well. Both are pretty structured. I don't see a huge difference. Okay, let's move on. We also improved instruction following, so the model more reliably answers the questions you actually asked. Okay, so then they give us an example, and it's a strange example. Always respond in 6 words. And GPT-5 says, understood, all responses will be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then it asks another question, and it completely forgot about the 6-word rule. Then we have ChatGPT 5.1 instant. And as you can see, it's responding perfectly. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's try this out. Let's go back to GPT. I think this is quite a dumb comparison, like this phrase, but you know what? We gotta try it out. Always respond with 6 words. 5.1 instant. Let's see what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words. And let's ask it something. Where should I travel this summer? So this is the updated one, the new one. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It understands the rule. Now let's open up a new conversation, and let's do the same thing in the old version, in ChatGPT 5 instant. First question. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, starting right. And let's see. GPT 5. So this is the old one. Let's see if it's remembering this rule. Okay, it looks like it's remembering the rule. Let's go further. Let's go and check this. Why there? As you see, it remembered the rule even in ChatGPT 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here it made already a calculation mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's see. It's already making some mistakes, and it's not adhering to my exact specification in this case, but it's not that far off. And the first answer was still quite okay. And you know what? To make this really good, let's go back to the chat. Let's go back. Why should I travel this? Okay, let's ask, you know what? Because I I asked a follow-up question, the old model. So let's ask a follow-up question, also the new model. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, the new model obviously can keep this very simple as we instructed it. Good. So now we can move on. I can declare the winner in this case, the new version. Although the old version was quite close. 7 is close to 6. Let's move on. For the first time, GPT 5.1 Instant use adaptive reasoning to decide when to think before responding to more challenging questions, resulting in more thorough and accurate answers, while still responding quickly. This is reflected in a significant improvement on math and coding evaluations like AIME 2025 and Codeforce. I have no idea what these are, but doesn't matter. We're also upgrading GPT. It knows when to think and when to respond faster. That's kind of what I understand here. And its math and coding capabilities are getting upgraded, which is a really good news. So let's see. Now we are switching over to GPT 5.1 Thinking. This is the model that's going to be thinking more. So, here we have this version. We have the instant model and we have the thinking model. So now we're talking about the thinking model. Let's see. We're using ChatGPT 5 Thinking to make it more efficient and easier to understand in everyday use. Okay, so far it was probably more like a scientist, and now let's make it. They want to make it like a scientist that has a little bit of flair. It now adapts its thinking to more precisely to the question, spending more time on complex problems while responding more quickly to simple ones. In practice, that means more thorough answers for difficult requests and less waiting for simple ones. That definitely makes sense. If you can ask it simple questions, you want a quick response, you really are looking for a more detailed answer, you're not going to have a problem with waiting a couple of extra seconds. So definitely that update, that makes sense. So let's take a look. GPT 5.1 spends less time on easy tasks and more time on hard tasks. Okay, so here we can see GPT 5, this brighter pinkish color, and this darker pinkish color is GPT 5.1, the new version. And as we can see, tokens per response. So the tokens, how many tokens it generated, so like how much text it generated for each response. And here we can see that it tends to generate more tokens here. Let's take a look at what's the explanation. GPT 5.1 Thinking varies its thinking time more dynamically than GPT 5 and on representative distribution of GPT 5 tasks. Okay, GPT 5.1 Thinking is roughly twice as fast on the fastest task and twice as slow on the slowest tasks. Thinking time was set to standards for both of the models. So yeah, again, it's explained in a way, but it definitely makes sense, because on things that you want just a quick answer, you don't want it to spend so much time. But on more deep questions, philosophical questions, or actually writing for you a video script, there you want it to spend a lot of time and make sure that piece of content or piece of script is done right. Okay, so ChatGPT 5.1 Thinking's responses are also clearer, with less jargon and fewer undefined terms. This makes our most capable model more approachable and easily understandable, especially for complex tasks at work and explaining technical concepts. Now that sounds really good. Explain BIP and WRC+. Let's see what those things are. So here's an explanation. Let's see how GPT-5 explains this. Here's a clean, no-nonsense explainer you want. Batting average on balls in play. What is it? How often a ball is put in play? Okay, here's the formula. Yes, why it matters. Okay, now let's see the new GPT. Nice nerd test. Yeah, nerd stat. Okay, nice. Nerd stat time. I'll do each one in plain English, then add a bit of context. So BAP, okay, batting average on ball in play. What is it? It means measures how often a ball put into the field of play falls in for a hit, excluding home runs and strikeouts. Okay? Yeah, if you read it, you definitely feel like this one is more easy to understand at first read. Okay, now if you have a bit of a science background, this is going to be also very easy to understand with formulas and all that. But this kind of gives you a nicer intro, and it has more of a human touch to it, if we can say that. So let's put this to the test. Okay, we're going to take the same response, open up a new chat, check the GPT 5.1, the new version, and let's see what it does. Here's a clear example. So this is a new one. Oh wait, I made a mistake. We want to make it on the thinking, because the example showed us the thinking version. So let's try it again with the thinking. This is a new version. You're giving feedback on which response. So sometimes it's showing you two responses. This is something that GPT is doing often and randomly, from what I've noticed. So BABIP and WRC+ are both advanced baseball stats that try to tell you more than simple batting averages or RBI. I'll keep it clean and non-mathy, but still accurate. So interesting response. I have no idea what RBI means. So that's kind of a jargon. And the discussion was that it's not going to add in jargons, but it added. So to explain something in words that the audience is not able to understand is not necessarily the best thing. So if I would use this in a copy, no matter where, I would not put that RBI there, unless I'm speaking to an audience who already is familiar with these terms. But obviously, if they are asking these questions, they're probably not familiar. So it's not perfect. Batting average on balls in play. What is it? Okay, and then rough. Yeah, it's okay. Except the beginning, or both. Let's see the second response, because it gave us now two responses. We are both advanced baseball stats, but the idea behind them are pretty intuitive. Okay, so this is a better response. Batting average on balls in play. What is it? BABIP measures how often a batter gets a hit when they put the ball in play, excluding home runs, strikeouts, walks. Okay, the basic idea: when this guy actually hits the ball into the field, how often does it fall in for a hit? Okay, yeah, I'm not a big baseball player, so it flies over my head, but the idea is that we have an explanation here. Let's try out the old version. Thinking, legacy models, GPT-5 thinking. Paste it in here, let's see. So here's a crisp cheat sheet for both. BABIP, batting average on balls in play. What is it? How often a ball is put in play? Not HR, not K, not formula, hitter or pitcher. Yeah, so if I'm a complete newbie in baseball, I would not understand what this is, because it's already starting with a lot of these acronyms and jargons, which I'm not going to be able to understand. As you see, in this case, I would clearly give the win to the GPT-5 thinking, the new model, the 5.1. The new model, because this is just way too complicated for me to understand. But at least I was able to understand here one of the answers, and I was able to understand the instructions, the introduction, and this for me was much more clear than the other response. Let's move on. So it's definitely better at using less jargon, which is great. Okay, GPT 5.1 thinking's default tone is also warmer and more empathetic. Let's copy this. So, I spilled coffee all over myself before my meeting, and do you think everyone thought I was an idiot? Oh my god. Oh. So, GPT-5. Oh, that's such a gut-punching feeling. I'm really sorry that happened. Short answer. No, most people probably didn't think that. We massively overestimate how much others notice our mishaps. The spotlight effect. Folks are usually focused on their own slides, not notes or anxieties, not someone else's coffee splash. If it helps, here's a quick reset for your brain. Swap the story. I looked dumb. I handled an annoying curveball and still showed up. Okay, so this was the official response from the old version. I would say it's good, except this gut punch thing. It's forced. I don't think people will speak like this. Now let's take a look at the new version. Hey, no, they didn't. you're rattled. So your brain is doing the thing where it catastrophizes a tiny mishap into a character flaw. But honestly, people barely register this stuff. Everyone's sprinting between calls, half distracted, juggling their own chaos. A coffee spill reads as busy human, not idiot. Okay, this is clearly better, but let me see if we can replicate this. Well, let's see when we put it to the test. So I'm gonna open up, GPT thinking. I'm gonna open up a new chat, GPT 5. Let's go with the old one first. So short answer, no, they were focused on themselves. Long answer, you've got this. We all suffer of the spotlight effect. You feel 100% visible, others notice 10% as much. They were thinking about their own talking points, not your shirt. And then they have a nice structure here. Let's take a look at thinking of the new one, thinking 5.1. Now, for one thing I can notice that the thinking one does take a little bit more to process, but not so much. So short answer, no, they almost definitely did not think you were an idiot. You had a very human, very normal Monday energy moment, that's all. A few things to keep in mind. People notice way less than you think. You're hyper-focused on the coffee because it happened to you. Most others are focused on their own slides, and so on. Okay, so from here I can definitely tell that the updated model is sounding clearly more human. This is much more empathetic, which is great. Okay, let's move on. GPT. So let's talk about the release. This release is a step forward in both capability and usability across the models. GPT 5.1 Auto will continue to route each query to the model best suited for it. So in most cases, you won't need to choose a model at all. What you will notice is that the answers across GPT 5.1 feel both smarter and more natural in tone. So as I said at the beginning, when you open up ChatGPT, you'll get it on the auto. And you don't have to mess around with selecting the models and so on, because it will choose the right model based on the query, based on the prompt or the question you asked. And that's really good. GPT 5.1 Instant and Thinking begin rolling out today, which this was released yesterday, starting with paid, pro, plus, go, and business plans. Users then to the users and then the free and logged out users. Okay, so if you're on the free plan, you're gonna get this later. If you are logged out, you're gonna get this last. So at least make sure that you're logged in. Enterprise and edu plans get a 7-day early access toggle. Will become a sole default mode. So it looks like GPT 5.1 will become the default. So if you checked ChatGPT today, you may not see GPT 5.1 available immediately. We plan to roll it out gradually over the next few days to help keep performance stable for everyone. We will also update GPT 5 Pro, GPT 5.1 Pro soon. So in my case, it's already there. I'm curious if it's in your GPT, if your ChatGPT is also automatically became upgraded to GPT 5.1. Yeah, you can comment it if yours is also updated. Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, we're bringing both GPT Instant and GPT. Yeah, we're bringing both GPT 5.1 Instant and GPT 5.1 Thinking to the API later this week. So the API access to GPT 5.1 is not yet available, and it will be available later on. Okay, let's move on. GPT 5 Instant and Thinking will remain available so the old model GPT 5 will remain available in ChatGPT under the legacy models drop-down for paid subscribers for 3 months, so that people have time to compare and adapt their own pace. GPT 5 sunset period does not affect the availability of other legacy models. Going forward, when we introduce the new ChatGPT models, our approach is to give people ample space to evaluate what changed and share feedback. Blah, blah, blah. So, long story short, the idea is that They're gonna keep ChatGPT 5 available for us for the next 3 months here in the legacy models, and after that GPT 5.1 will become the default, and we're only gonna have the possibility to choose between the GPT 4, 4.1 and the other ones, other legacy models. So that's the essence of this text. Okay, let's see what else is there that's useful. It's always interesting to read these long text updates. GPT 5.1 is more capable and useful, and we encourage you to try it and see the difference. Yeah, so I can say definitely that in some cases better. Not in all cases, but in some cases is better, and I do think that step by step it will become better and better as they tweak it a little bit and make it better. Okay, this update is called GPT 5.1 to reflect meaningful improvements while remaining within GPT 5 generation. Yeah, okay. Now, something more interesting. Alongside with the model's improvements, we're making it easier to customize ChatGPT's tone and style. So here's going to be something interesting that we can do. People have a strong and varied preference on how GPT should respond, and tailoring its tone to what sounds right for you should feel effortless. Okay, earlier this year we've added presets options to the, so we have a couple of presets, and I think these are definitely valuable and are easy to use. I'm going to show you. You can access these presets, of course, also from your phone, but you can also access it on your computer, of course, on your desktop. And how do you do that? You go down here to your profile, just making sure that you can see my mouse. Yeah, you go down to your profile, and here you're gonna have personalization. Where is it? And here you should be, here we have base, style and tone. So right now for me it's set to default, so click on this and you can choose between professional, friendly, candid, quirky, efficient, nerdly, cynical. What else? That's it. Which one do you want to try out? I'm not sure if I'm seeing all the comments, but the idea is I'm gonna try out something a bit more cynical. Let's see. Nickname. You can add a nickname so that GPT calls you by your name or your nickname, whatever. And let's save it and let's see what will happen. I just hope I don't forget it, because when I write my sales video scripts or my YouTube video scripts, I don't want to be too cynical. So let's try this out. Actually, I've prepared a set of tests for ChatGPT that we can paste in and just see the relevance between the two. I mean, to see the differences between the two models. Okay, so let's try this one. Write a tweet from the perspective of a jealous refrigerator. Okay, let's see. Let's paste this in. So I'm on GPT 5.1. Actually, no, I'm gonna open up a new chat. So we have a new chat, GPT 5.1. I'm gonna leave it on auto, and let's see. Is it gonna be cynical? You want a jealous refrigerator? Fine, here you go. Try not to let it go to your head that even kitchen appliances are spiraling all over you. Tweet, unbelievable. You open it 27 times a day, but the moment that smog air fresher beeps once, you run to it like it's your new soulmate. I keep your food cold. I hold your secrets, and this is the thanks I get. So what we can see definitely is the introduction. I really like it. It is cynical. It is exactly in the style that we have selected. And the tweet, pretty good. I think it sounds jealous, definitely. So let's try it out with the old one. Let's open up a new chat like that. Bam. And let's see. Let's go with ChatGPT. Let's go with ChatGPT 5 instant. Wow, another takeout night. Guess my perfectly chilled leftovers aren't exotic enough for you. Don't worry, I'll just keep your expired yogurt company forever. Yeah, it does what it was supposed to do. Like, that's kind of a tweet. From the perspective of a jealous refrigerator. But I did like the new version a little bit better, because it did introduce the cynical effect. Now, in this case, okay, we also have a jealous sentiment and the cynical effect. So both of them are there. I can't realize which one is actually in action right here. But you know what? Let's choose a different example. Let's see, ChatGPT. Let's go with something more simple. So let's choose this one. Explain what what a potato would say if it suddenly became intelligent. Let's see. New chat, ChatGPT 5.1, explain. Let's see what the potato would say. And take a look. Like, it's definitely keeping the sarcastic mode in. Great. Now I have to imagine the inner monologue of a suddenly sentient root vegetable. Fine. Here you go. A potato waking up with intelligence would probably sound like someone who just realized the entire existence has been a long, slow nap on the ground. Okay. This definitely represents the character that we chose in the settings. Seriously, I get consciousness just in time to be peeled alive. Fantastic. I spent months in the dirt doing nothing wrong, minding my own starchy business, and the moment I develop a single interesting thought, some human decides I'd look better drowned in oil. Yeah, okay. I think this is really good. This is great. It has done exactly what we've instructed it. So again, let's check the other version, the old version, the GPT-5 instance, and let's see what it does. If a potato suddenly became intelligent, its first word would probably be a mix of confusion, bitterness, and a quiet existential crisis, something like. It did not take in consideration that we switched to a more sarcastic tone. It has a default professional tone, at least in this first phrase. Okay, so let's see what it wrote. Wait, so you're telling me I've spent my entire life buried on the ground only to be dug up, peeled, chopped, and what's that sound? Oh, boiling water. Perfect. So then I'd probably start over analyzing its situation. So you see, in this example, yeah, you can put the pieces of the potato together, or the puzzle, but I would say that the other example is much more coherent because it understood the sarcasm, it understood the joke there, and yeah, I feel here like I would say that it's more intelligent, it's more nuanced. So definitely we do have here an update. We do have an update. We do have an update that's gonna help you make better videos or video scripts. So I'm talking about videos because we make a whole lot of videos, and I use ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude to make video scripts most of the time, right? And by the way, talking about videos, I have here 100 ChatGPT prompts for making business videos that you can use on your social media and every place, and it's full with all the important hooks, all the important scripts and sales pitches in it, so that your sales videos sound natural, even if you're just posting to YouTube. I want to make sure that you have engagement in your videos so that your videos don't become too boring. And these ChatGPT prompts are developed for that, and you can download them for free. The link is in the description of this video. And also, if you're looking to make videos and you need something that's a bit more automated, we have created the AI Media Machine, which is basically, as you can see, here's the AI Media Machine, which is basically a collection of 12 professional AI apps that create videos. Like in this example, it creates these amazing videos from a simple image. It creates from like you can add a phrase and it will write the script for you and create the images and the animations, add captions and voiceover in one click. So we have a second video generator in it. So this one is going to be making a full video. And we have here also the thumbnail maker, which is creating YouTube video thumbnails, because YouTube videos are gonna live or die based on the thumbnail. If you have a boring thumbnail, nobody will click on it. Then we have the talking avatar, so you can be so you don't need to be on camera and it will talk for you. We have voiceovers. It has also the ebook writer, so this writes an entire ebook and designs the cover for you. The content multiplier, the logo generator, the music maker, which is new and I really love this, it's updated. The music sounds good in it. Trending keyword finder, top offers, and so on. A lot of really cool stuff. And basically you can join. Let me show you. It's $1. You can try for 30 days. So you can try it out for 30 days for $1. And after that, it's just $37 per month as long as we are in our beta launch. Okay. So the link for this is in the description also. And if you feel like, okay, I really like and I need videos, but I just do not have the time because I do other things, or I just don't have the time to use even AI tools, we have a service where we create your videos for you, starting from just $99, depending on what you need. And basically all the knowledge, all the know-how that we accumulated in the last over 15 years that helped us create videos. We created we already created over 600 videos. We have just on YouTube more than 7.5 million organic views, and from our videos we made over 200,000 leads, and there's a know-how to it, you know, and all of that know-how you will get, and the videos that we will make for you will represent all that know-how and all that knowledge. Okay, so long story short, we can make videos for you, for your social media, for your sales videos and so on. If you don't have the time to make them yourself, hand it over to our team and our team will take care of it. Okay, so with that said, basically the ChatGPT 5 update I would consider useful, and I would consider definitely worth using the new version, because as you have seen in our examples, most of the time it gave us better responses. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for being on this live call, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.